Weekly, I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNEWS reporters Chris Flaherty, Ted Stefanak, Robert Paris, John Vias, producer Sydney Bowles, Peter Brown with the weather, and Gretchen Carey with Community Calendar. Thank you for joining us. Burlington students went back to school this week, and we'll bring you there shortly, but first, it's been a busy week at the town clerk's office. With the state primaries coming up on Tuesday, September 3rd, Amy Warfield has been getting the ballot counters up to speed for the big day. BNews reporter Sydney Bowles has more.
Okay, now we're ready.
The week before the September 3rd primary, Town Clerk Amy Warfield and Administrative Assistant Kate O'Shea test the machines that will read voters' ballots.
We test out every machine before they go to the polls. And the process is that we mark up I do 25 of each type of ballot, and then I run them through twice to get a test of 50.
The test makes sure that the machines correctly respond to write-in votes or ballots entered upside down or bubbles only partially colored in.
We're going to try blank ballots because sometimes people just get a ballot and don't check it off in any way. They just want they want it noted that they voted, but not vote for a candidate.
But that's just the start of it. With so many people voting early and by mail, Warfield and a team of volunteers gather on Tuesday to process ballots ahead of time.
Yeah, I mean, basically now with vote by mail, elections are no longer a 2-week process. They're about a 6-week process because we get these ballots in 4 to 5 weeks beforehand. We have to get them all mailed out for the requests. We get them back in from that point. We even get ballots back the next day, practically. And so we have to process those, keep track of them, and that's what we've got in these bins.
Volunteers confirm the list of who has voted, unseal the envelopes and remove the ballots, mix them up so you don't know whose is whose, and feed the ballots into a high-speed tabulator. It's a machine that Warfield purchased for the town with the help of a state grant, specifically because there's so many more early votes to count.
And especially in light of the presidential election coming, where we might have, we could have 4 to 5,000 early voting ballots. This will allow us to be more effective.
So the computer screen will literally tell you exactly what's wrong with it. So this one says it's a write-in, so we pull the write-ins out because they have to be hand counted.
The atmosphere is diligent but cheerful as volunteers make their way through ballot after ballot.
I just enjoy being a part of the whole process, and it's not difficult, just to give some time, so it's fun.
If you haven't voted already, don't forget to cast your ballot September 3rd at the Burlington High School. For BNews Weekly, I'm Sydney Bowles.
Town meeting will vote on September 3 on funding for a new Fox Hill Elementary School, and that school might just be solar-powered, or at least largely solar-powered. According to the results of a new study shared by project managers Dorr and Whittier, Burlington could save more than $5 million over 25 years if the district installs rooftop solar panels, panels on top of the parking lot, and a battery to conserve power generated on site. Smaller options, like just solar on the roof, would cost less up front and deliver smaller savings in the long run. The committee doesn't need to decide anytime soon. The building, if it's funded, will be built solar ready, so the panels could be installed at any time. And in preparation for the funding vote, the Fox Hill School Building Committee invited the public to see the current conditions. BNews reporter Chris Flaherty takes us there.
Since the Fox Hill Elementary School was approved for an upgrade through the Massachusetts School Building Association, the district has been working to shape the vision for the new school. After months of work, plans have taken shape.
We are getting ready in the next couple of weeks to finalize the project with the MSBA, so really agree on exactly what we're planning to ask the town for. At the end of September, we're going to ask town meeting to finally fund the project. We've been working on this project for almost 3 years, the entire time I've been on the school committee, so it's a really, really crucial milestone in the project.
Throughout August, Burlington Public Schools opened the doors of Fox Hill for town meeting members to explore the site's current conditions.
We offered the tours so that folks, town meeting members and community members could really understand what Fox Hill current conditions are and really understand why there is a need to replace the building.
First and foremost, I want to thank the custodians and the maintenance staff. They maintain these buildings to the best of their abilities, and you can see behind us they are definitely kept well. But that being said, they do have a useful life. So some of the existing systems HVAC systems, water systems, and so forth in the building have definitely lived a useful life. Boiler systems and so forth are definitely at end of life as well too. So, when you look at the cost between repairing or addition renovation versus replacing a building, it would be a savings to renovate, but it would be a lot more benefit for the town in the long run to build a brand new building.
I think it's great that people are able to come out and see the building. There's been a lot of conversation about the building and the needs in the building, but to actually see them feels very different than just talking about it. So it's great. We've had a pretty good turnout both days, and I've been able to show people the great things that are happening in here, but also the areas that we need some touch-ups.
It's been really great to see residents who've never been in the building before see the building, and it's also been great to see residents whose children had come through the building a decade ago or 2 decades ago, to have them come back and see the building and how much we've added to it and the spaces that we're using, the offices that we've created. And so they reminisced a little bit about the building that their children or grandchildren are attended or are attending. So it's nice to see everyone.
School officials and committee members hope seeing the building's conditions firsthand will help the community better understand the need for a new Fox Hill.
There's only so much you can provide on the backup of a warrant to town meeting. Just like with the police station and with the fields, we want our town meeting members to really understand what it is that they're paying for and what they're voting for.
It's one thing to hear about it from town meeting members, from teachers, families, but it's another thing to see it firsthand for yourself. I hope that they see that this is a school that has been well loved, that has brought a lot of joy and a fine education to many students, but that it's just not meeting the educational needs of our students now, and in the future will continue to not do so.
Whether they have children or not that come to this building, I mean, just in general, the fact is that it takes a whole community to make a project like this happen. So we definitely need the support from residents and town meeting members, not just the Fox Hill community.
Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.
Well, Fox Hill and Burlington's 5 other school buildings were bustling with life this week as students came back from summer break. We caught up with BHS Principal Mark Sullivan on the big first day.
Burlington Public Schools are back in session, and the halls of Burlington High School are abuzz with students and faculty on the first day of school.
So far, so good. Yeah, we had our first class assembly with the class of 2028, so we welcomed them. They were here for Step Up Day last fall, and they had an orientation a couple of weeks ago, but we had their first official class meeting today, and they got through their first lunch unscathed. So, other than getting lost a little bit, they seem to be doing okay, and yeah, everything seems to be going pretty well so far. The new school year always brings new opportunities for kids and for teachers and students to make an impact on the community, and we have an activity fair coming up in a couple of weeks, so we always encourage kids to get involved here at the high school. We have lots of opportunities. We have a terrific staff that are really involved with kids, and we want kids to have good experiences, so we encourage them to get involved and be a part of the community here. So looking forward to getting to know the freshmen, and excited for the seniors this year. It's always an exciting time for them, so just looking forward to another great year at Burlington High School.
From the halls of Burlington High School, this is BNews.
Burlington is starting the school year with more newcomer students than ever. That is, students who are born outside of the U.S. who are in their first 3 years of school in this country. According to the district, there are 177 newcomers in the district this year, and of those, 87 are in school in the U.S. for the first time. To meet the increasing needs of these students, Burlington has added programming and services for non-traditional students, and this year the district plans to focus on literacy and access to grade-level content for English language learners. The athletes at BHS are getting in gear for their fall seasons. Let's go to Robert Paris for a look at what's to come.
As the school year begins, the athletic programs at Burlington High are underway with practices and tryouts for the 2024 fall season.
Everyone's looking really good. We have good turnout coming back. Everyone's been working hard the first day of tryouts. We finished so well last year, looking to continue on and even do better than we did last. So that just means bringing a really competitive mindset and just really progress and hopefully do better than we did last year.
It's a small senior class, but numbers-wise, but it's a quality senior class. The junior class class is big, not even considering kids that are trying out, but we have a big junior class and they seem to have gotten better as well. So good competition to be playing, to be in the playing lineup. So that's a good thing.
One of the youngest teams I've ever had. We're 30-something kids, and I would say 25 of them are sophomores and freshmen, or 20 of them at least. Only a couple seniors, 4 seniors, I think. So we're young, and we'll have to see what kind of work they're willing to do.
Kids are in great shape. They came back to camp ready to work and ready to move. Huge group. We have almost 80 kids trying out, and a veteran class. Last year we had a lot of sophomores and juniors taking the field that are now juniors and seniors, and some really talented freshmen coming in to join us, so we're very excited. We're looking for kids that are technically sound, that can move the ball well, have a lot of vision, can check their shoulders and always be moving to space, but mostly kids that work well with other kids and are technically sound soccer players.
Having a team with girls who have done this before is nice because we kind of can jump into our routines a little bit quicker, and we're trying to open it up to 7th and 8th graders to build our team a little bit more, so I'm looking forward to having some new faces as well.
Team's looking great. We have a lot of returners. We have 11 seniors. We're really deep this year. A lot of depth in the team. A lot of players who are like varsity ready, varsity speed coming in, so that's always really exciting.
Well, right now our skill, especially the wide receiver, are off the charts. We have like 7, 8 kids who are all #1 receivers, and we just keep rolling them in. And our skill at the wide receiver is very dangerous.
It's really fun always to see who the leaders are going to be, how they emerge. So to see some of our older players taking now on some of that responsibility has been one of my favorite things. There's so many girls that have put in so many years to this program. I love when we have town night or soccer night. I love the breast cancer awareness night that we have. Senior night's always a fun one. So just getting to experience all those different events with the girls and through their eyes is really awesome.
So what's exciting about this year is a very veteran crew of swimmers. So a lot of these girls have been on this team for quite some years. Since their freshman year, we only have a few seniors, and last year we only lost a few seniors. So where I say I'm excited about having a veteran crew, these girls have been swimming almost all year long. I'm excited about, we have a very specific number of girls. We're about 29, 30 swimmers this year. So that also opens up, that's a little less than what we had last year, but that opens up more room in this pool so that we can push these girls just a little bit harder without having to worry about running into other swimmers.
Athletic Director Sean Hart says every year is a new opportunity.
It's exciting to see everything come back. You know, I mean, you go through a year and you get to watch all the great stuff that happens in a year, and then you have a graduating class, and we always talk at the end about how great the graduating class was, but it's equally as great when you get to see all the new faces come in and who's going to impact what program and what sophomore or what junior all of a sudden, you know, worked their tail off to get in the varsity lineup and all of a sudden is making an impact. And those are things that you just don't even know until you walk through the door and see what's been happening. And it's one of the greatest parts about doing this job is you get to watch that from the beginning stages all the way through till they're seniors. And it's the one thing I still look forward to the most, coming back every year.
I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Sports.
And it wouldn't be fall at BHS without the roving musicians of the high school marching band. Returning reporter John Vias has this story.
It's that time of year again. Time once again for Burlington High to strike up the band. The 2024 BHS Marching Band attended a 2-week summer program in preparation for Red Devil football season. Marching Band co-director Tim Ketterer talks through a typical day at band camp.
We have about 6 hours of rehearsal time. The first 3 hours we typically do inside music, and then the last 3 hours we go outside and look at marching technique and learning drill, trying to get the show out on the field.
Each year, the faculty works together to create a fitting theme for their new routine.
It actually came about pretty quickly after last season. The staff got together and we just brainstormed all these different ideas. One theme was more like a boat theme on the ocean, and another one was Roman Empire, and we just came up with the storms as a way, because it's a lot going on in the news, but also seems tragic, but also very strong and very powerful, but also beautiful.
And music isn't the only core element that brings these young musicians to the gridiron field at halftime.
A lot of the things that we teach here in marching band aren't just about music, it's about life, it's about responsibility. Yeah, we talk about musical skills, so I'm hoping the kids come through this and they turn out to be better musicians, but I also hope that they have tremendous growth as individuals. The music that we have really challenges every student, whether they are a 12th grader or an incoming 8th grader. There's something there that can challenge them, but there's also a lot there that is already obtainable. So we have a unique opportunity to push everyone in this program to achieve a higher ability.
From Varsity Field at Burlington High School, this is John Vias for BNEWS.
People Helping People, Burlington's food pantry, held its annual Sizzling Summer Raffle this year to raise money for those in need in our community. They held the drawing for the raffle live here on BCAT this week. Let's take a look.
Good afternoon. My name is Jim Sheridan. I'm the Executive Director of People Helping People. And with me today, I have Elizabeth Trowbridge. She's on our board of directors. And Julie Lewis, who is our pantry manager, senior pantry manager for People Helping People. Today we're here to do the drawing for our Sizzling Summer Raffle. So we're going to draw 6 names. There are five prizes of $125, and then the top prize is $750. Once we draw a name, the name gets thrown back into the bucket, so you also have a chance to win the following drawings as well. So without further ado, good shape. Elizabeth and Julie are going to pick the names for us. So Elizabeth. And we have Dale Damien from Tewksbury is our first winner of $125.
Just need the phone number. Okay, go ahead.
So Dale will go back in. We'll give it another shake. And our second winner is Holly O'Hara from Framingham. Now we have Kathy Dennis. I'm not sure where Kathy's from, but she's a winner. And this is 4?
Yep.
We have Rhody Nardella, who's a volunteer at the pantry. She's. Congrats, Rhody. And our 5th place winner is Diane Macris of Burlington. So that's our 2 through 6 winners. So our grand prize winner today is Cheryl Gendro from Georgetown, Mass.
Okay. I just want to look at that. Okay.
So that concludes our drawing. Thank you to everyone who participated. We really appreciate all your support that you give People Helping People, not only for Sizzling Summer Raffle, but also throughout the year, whether it's through donations, monetary or food donations. We really appreciate it. Thank you all very much.
September is Senior Center Month, and Marge Yetman of the Council on Aging is more than deserving of recognition. She spoke with our producer, Sydney Bowles, on their monthly chat, Senior News, about what the month means to her.
So it's really about putting the focus on ourselves and what we offer for people, for community engagement, for helping them with services and resources and things like that. So it's really kind of to highlight what we do.
I mean, it really is amazing. The Senior Center serves people who are sort of on the younger end of the demographic, who might still be working, who might be very active in their lives and communities, and then folks who are on the other end of that who might be, have some more challenges with mobility, with services. It's a really big range, and you are so present for that whole swath of our population. It's really pretty phenomenal.
It's crazy. So, a lot of it from the 60 to retirement moment is the information they get in the newsletter, right? So, we put information in there, and so hopefully by the time they retire, they know how to do it without causing any undue stress, like not signing up for Medicare or not signing up for, the drug plans and things like that. For those that are having trouble making ends meet, how to manage that. And then helping folks with kind of sometimes end of life, but sometimes end of chapter, right? So I just, 10 minutes before I left the office, I had a couple that we've known for years and have been fantastic, and really great for our self-esteem too, I might add, come in and tell me that they're moving to assisted living, brand new in Bedford. And they said, thank you, because we've given them so much, and because we brought somebody in from that assisted living, and that's where they learned about it, and it offers what they need.
That's fantastic.
So, yeah.
It must be really gratifying to hear that you're able to meet those needs and to to have people come by and say thank you.
And be able to hand them off to a really great place.
You can attend the Senior Center's open house and art show on Wednesday, September 4 between 5 and 7 p.m. It was just about 1 year ago that Burlington launched its composting program. That's a partnership with Black Earth Compost, where you sign up to get your household food scraps picked up and carted away for a fee. According to the DPW, 36 families signed up for the service in the first year, bringing the total number in town to 101. Burlington schools also began composting in their kitchens this January. You can sign up for composting at your house by going to burlington.org and looking for Public Works. And Burlington has an official start date for its Community Choice Electricity Program. Beginning with the October meter read, residents will be automatically switched over to a plan that could save households up to $15 a month. To learn more about the program, you can attend an information session Tuesday, September 3rd at Town Hall at 7 p.m. or Tuesday, September 10th at the Council on Aging at 2:30. With the support of the Friends of the Burlington Public Library, the library is offering musical events for 3 Sundays in September. On September 15th, catch award-winning Elvis impersonator Dan Fontaine. And on September 22nd, the popular melodious Zach will sing the Beatles. Then on September 29, catch a screening of Get On Up, featuring the story and music of James Brown. Details are at burlingtonpubliclibrary.org. Burlington is remembering community member Roger Cook, who passed away on August 21 at the age of 70. Roger was the owner of K&R Tree and Landscape Company and was a longtime cast member of This Old House. We send our condolences to the Cook family. Now let's turn to Peter Brown for a look at the weather, and stay tuned for your community calendar with Gretchen Carey.
Well, hello everyone, this is Peter Brown for Future Weather for the next 7 days. Here we are heading in towards Labor Day, the unofficial end of summer, and it's actually going to be the end of meteorological summer as we head into Saturday, and meteorological fall will begin on Sunday. So we are definitely, unfortunately, summer is now really getting into the rearview mirror, but as we start out our period on Friday, we're going to be having some pretty nice temperatures out there and conditions. Really sunny out there, dry, temperatures in the mid-70s, which is actually of 5 to 6 degrees cooler than it should be at this time of the year. As we round out our period getting in towards next Thursday through the middle of the first week of, I know, it's hard to believe, September. Average highs should be still around 80 at this time of the year. And we're going to finish out the week pretty much near normal after we have a couple of days of a little bit below average temperatures. And of course, as we get closer and closer to the autumnal equinox, our length of day keeps getting shorter. We have actually now, since June, lost about 2 hours worth of daylight. So that is really something as we head towards fall. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at those 7 days of weather coming up. And again, starting out your period on Friday, the Labor Day weekend. It's going to be a beautiful day there out on Friday, sunny skies, temperatures in the mid-70s. Then as we get into the weekend, I know you're probably going to be focusing mostly, if you have any kids at home, getting ready to go back to school. I know a lot of you are already back to school right now, but we are back into the real swing of things, back into the regular time of the year. Summer is just about gone. Temperatures are going to be, again, cooler than average in the mid to upper 70s and some showery conditions out there. And as we get in towards Labor Day, though, right out through the end, through Thursday, temperatures are going to moderate as we get them. They're going to start out in the mid 70s on Labor Day and thereafter get higher and higher up into the low 80s by the time we get to Thursday. Now, you're going to notice I have a couple of nights there in the 40s, we think, on Tuesday and Wednesday, as we have a very strong cold high-pressure center moving over us from southern Canada. So that is going to keep those temperatures at night with the dry conditions and the clear skies very cool. So definitely going to have to get out that jacket if you're going out early in the morning those 2 days. A sure sign that fall is on its way. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, and have a great week.
Hi, I'm Amy Poehler, and you're watching BCAT. Go Red Devils!
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your Community Calendar. On September 5th at 7 p.m., the Burlington Historical Society is having a presentation called Popular Music of Old Times at the Murray Kelly Wing. Presented by Darlene Wigton, a living history interpreter, performing songs that were popular in the years leading up to and during the Revolutionary War. On September 6th through the 21st, the Burlington Players will be performing The Book of Will by Lauren Gunderson. For more information and tickets, go to burlingtonplayers.com. On September 7th at noon, the Burlington American Legion will be having a cornhole tournament. Registration begins at 11 a.m. $25 per person to play. There will be raffles, a cash bar, and food. For more community calendar events, go to bcattv.org, burlingtonpubliclibrary.org, and burlingtonrecreation.org. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your Community Calendar.
And as we do each week, we're wrapping up with a photo sent in by a member of the community. Mike Espeo sent in this image of a trip to Great Island, Cape Cod. Thank you, Mike. If you have a photo you'd like to share from around town or your travels beyond it, email it to bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. That's our program for this week. I'm Phil Gallagher. We'll leave you with some footage from the Red Devils football team gearing up for their fall season. This is from the August 24 scrimmage against Revere. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again right here next week.